There's no doubt that you've heard of the concept of Occam's razor, the idea that the solution with the simplest answer and the least assumptions is typically the correct one. In a world of emerging and complex BS, I'm here to cut through the noise and explain to you how Occam's razor can actually help us to understand the simple solutions to some of the big problems that we're facing today, whether that's the economy, fitness in our diets, the things that we're putting into our bodies, and so much more. So stick around to the end of this video, and I'm going to break down how Occam's razor can simplify your life and give you some positive results. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Gen Z BTC. It's me, Satoshi Guapamoto, and today we're going to be talking about Kiss. All right, not the rock band. Keep it simple, stupid. All right, this is the kind of modern era version of Occam's razor. All right, we live in a world where people are literally trying to sell you a complex solution to your problem, and that's how they profit off of you. They profit on the fact that you don't know that there are easier methods to get to where you want to go. All right, an easy example of this is modern fitness. All right. Today in the modern fitness industry, it's always about, oh, buy my course to do this. I can teach you how to lose weight if you pay me to do this. I'll make this super complex diet plan if you pay me, and then I'll break it down for you. All this other crazy stuff. When really, all we have to do is make sure that we're moving more and not staying stationary, and that we're eating less, or at least we're not eating as many calories as our body naturally burns. All right, that's called a caloric deficit. Pretty simple. It's not easy. There's a difference between simple and easy. All right, losing weight is a very simple task. It's not super complicated. All right, people try to profit on the fact that you can make it complicated. All right, you can create all these crazy diet plans, crazy exercises, crazy routines, and it's just not necessary. We even get to the point where we're essentially medicating ourselves, taking things like Ozempic, which are lowering people's bone density and have a bunch of other negative side effects after the fact, instead of just doing the simple thing, which is to move around and make sure you're not eating a bunch of junk food that's super high in calories, that your body cannot burn off naturally, right? That's a simple solution to your problem. It's not easy because it's going to take dedication, it's going to take consistency, and you're going to have to be determined to continue doing something without seeing the results instantly. You're going to have delayed gratification, right? That's part of the problem with today's society, right? We want everything now, instant dopamine, and that's just not how the world works. So all we have to do if we want to get fit and be a little bit healthier, we have to keep it simple, all right? We have to stay active, we have to try to make our muscles bigger, and we have to try to lower the amount of poison that we put into our bodies, all right? Pretty simple, 3 steps. Tell me that that's not gonna work, all right? I want you to go out there, I want you to work out every day, all right? Even that's just running, okay? I want you to drink more water and less not water, okay, less alcohol, less soda, all right? And I want you to eat more protein, eat more meat, eat more eggs, and maybe eat less donuts, eat less honey buns, eat less processed food. You do that for 6 months, and then you come to me and tell me, oh, it didn't work, I actually got fatter. No, you're a liar, or you did something completely wrong. You did the opposite of what I said. I gave you the simple solution to your problem. That's it. All right, you don't have to pay someone $50 for some crazy routine and then join their little monthly Patreon club, right? So that way they can show you how to lose weight when they come up with all these contrived AI routines, all right? It's just not necessary. The same goes for the economy. In the United States and even globally, we've convoluted the idea of economics to the point where when the solution's right in front of people, we often doubt that it's possible, because it seems too simple, We make our system so complex that when the simple answer is right in front of us, there's hesitation, okay? When something truly powerful comes, there's hesitation because it's like, oh, well, this seems too easy. Oh, it seems too simple, all right? Up on screen, I'm putting what the banking system is like, right? I'm showing you the entire flow chart of how contrived and how primitive really the system is and how crazy it can get, how convoluted it can be, and all the different aspects that we have to try to worry about. This is why people don't have time to try to learn about the economy, because it just seems way too complex. They're not going to learn about money. They don't have time for that. Okay, they have to go watch Super Bowl, right? And again, nothing against the Super Bowl. I'll probably check it out a little bit myself. But the whole problem is things seem so complex that people lose hope. Right? They lose any interest. They feel like, oh, well, this is too complicated for me. I'm just a dumb moron. I guess I'll go do something else and I'll let my politicians take care of me. They'll go save the day. No, no one is coming to save you, unfortunately. But you can save yourself, and you don't have to be an economist in order to do it. If you're liking this video so far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with someone who might also find it interesting. All right. Now, how can we take control of our money and our sovereignty? All right. How can we take control of our economics? The simple way is by utilizing Bitcoin. All right. Bitcoin is the simplification of economics. It's not the complication of it. It's already complicated. Bitcoin is the simplification of money and economics. All right, and what do I mean by that? Again, as you saw in that chart explaining how the Bitcoin, or rather how the banking system works, Bitcoin is far more simple. Here are just a few things that you need to understand about Bitcoin, and these three things are what leads it to being so simple and so powerful. Number one, Bitcoin has a fixed supply, meaning that you cannot just make a bunch more of it and dilute the holders who currently have some Bitcoin. That's part of the problem with the dollar. Now, people think, oh, I'm going to the grocery store. All the other stuff is getting so much more expensive because the greedy corporations are trying to gouge me, or maybe the price of bread's going up because the bread's just getting so much better. But the truth is, your dollars are just buying you less stuff. It's not the grocery items that are the problem. It's the thing that you're buying them with. Your currency is the problem, because we're inflating the amount of currency in the system daily at a huge rate, right? This is called debasement or dilution, right? When we create hundreds of trillions more dollars, the dollars that we hold today do not purchase as much tomorrow, because things that hold their value are scarce, they're rare, they're hard to produce. When dollars are easy to make, society starts to break, all right? Because we're printing so much money that we're devaluing the money that we already have. And that's going to continue to happen. That's why the national debt keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's why the dollar keeps buying you less and less and less stuff. Bitcoin has a fixed supply, meaning that no one can debase you. No one can essentially steal from you via inflation. And that's extremely important. Number two, Bitcoin is highly secure money. By that, I mean, no one can take your Bitcoin from you once you have it yourself. All right. Bitcoin is a bearer asset, which is the same as saying gold is a bearer asset, dollars are a bearer asset. And what that means is once you hold it, you are the bearer of the money, meaning that you have the responsibility of the money. No one can take it from you unless they were to physically come to your house and take it out of your safe or take it out of your hands. All right. And most people won't let that happen, especially in the United States, where we got that pew pew amendment, you know? But Bitcoin is so powerful because it's the first digital thing that we can hold ourselves, right? It's the first scarce digital thing that we can hold ourselves. If I send you a photo, we both now have the photo because I've digitally sent it to you. If I send you a Bitcoin, only you have it because I've relinquished ownership and I've given it to you. It's a bearer asset. The same way if I have a bar of gold in my hand and I pass it to you, we do not both have a bar of gold. Okay? You have it now. I gave it to you. It is a bearer instrument. No one can print more Bitcoins. And once I give up ownership, you now have it. There's no intermediary. That means that Coinbase can't take it. Bank of America can't take it. GoFundMe can't take it. No one can take it. It's between you and me. No one in between to say yes or no, to approve the transaction, and no one in between to try stopping it. All right. Once it's in your hands, it's on you. And that's extremely powerful, and it gives the power back to the people. As of right now, if your bank doesn't want to pay you out any of your money, if you go to try to do a withdrawal, and for whatever reason they say, you know what, don't give this guy his money, you are SOL, lil bro. You're done. There's no, excuse me, bank, can you please be nice to me? Can you just give me my money back, please? No, they don't have to do that. All right, because again, they control the system. You are basically asking for your own money when you go to the bank to try to withdraw. They can tell you no. All right. You've entered into that agreement because that's what the bank is set up to do. They take your money, then they go gamble with it. And if they lose it and you want it back, too bad. That's how you get a 2008 type of financial crisis and a run on the banks. This cannot happen in Bitcoin. And that's very powerful. And then finally, number three, Bitcoin is neutral money. This is important because this is what the dollar originally set out to do. During the Bretton Woods Agreement, people met, and the United States was meant to be the global reserve currency, a neutral reserve currency. However, that was already destined to fail, considering the fact that the United States was the one controlling the dollar. So of course they weren't going to be able to have a reserve currency that was neutral. It was always going to be skewed towards the benefit of the United States and their close partners. And it would be skewed negatively against the United States' enemies, right? And we've seen that more in recent times, the weaponization of the dollar. All right. If there are any countries that are trying to move away from selling their oil for dollars, if there are countries that are moving away from trading with the United States for whatever reason, if there are countries that are doing something that the US doesn't like and they impose strict tariffs and taxes on them and sanctions, that's going to be a major geopolitical problem. And now, with the invention of Bitcoin, all countries have a way of circumventing the rule of the United States, the hegemony of the United States, the bullies who are the United States, right? For whatever reason, if you're being shut out of the financial system, you can now join this new financial system that is emerging, a financial system that has no rulers, okay? There are rules in this system, but there are no rulers. All right. Bitcoin is ruled by thermodynamics, the laws of the universe. It's ruled by code. All right. Code that anybody can see. It's open source code that anybody can apply to change or to make better. Right. That's part of the beauty of Bitcoin. Everybody has the ability to participate in the network however they would like. Whereas in the dollar system, there's only one central node controlling who and what can participate in the dollar system, and that's the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is obviously very skewed towards the interest of the United States. And because of that, we lead to all of these different situations where countries are being shut out, they're being sanctioned, they're being taxed, they're being cut out of the financial system. And people are tired of that. All right, so they're moving towards a global neutral reserve asset, an asset without an issuer, a commodity-based asset that just happens to be digital, is verifiable, and is highly auditable, that cannot be muted or censored by anyone, meaning that everyone has an equal playing field. All right, and that's why Bitcoin is going to continue to grow in adoption, because people don't want to be bossed around or bullied. People want to take control of their own destiny, all right, however they see fit, and Bitcoin allows you to do that. This is all very simple stuff, okay? All of the things that I just said are very true, but I call on you not to just believe me. You have to do some of your own research. You will come to the same conclusions, all right? Once you do that, you'll slowly start to understand the value proposition of Bitcoin and where this is going into the future, why countries are going to continue to adopt Bitcoin, central banks are going to continue to adopt Bitcoin, because the end of the fiat regime is happening as we speak. All right. And that's the simple way to cut through all the BS that we're currently seeing, whether that's, oh, well, this politician is the reason why prices are high, or these immigrants are the reason that. No, dude, it's very simple. The dollar is poisonous money. They're making hundreds of trillions of dollars every single year. We need to move away from a system that is easily printable. That's it. Super simple. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with someone who might also find it interesting, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stack sats or die trying.